So did you hear what this brand did? Because this is going in the trash. Yeah, much better one. Not to mention spill proof. Back to the story. So, Yeti decided to cancel an order because it had conservative women on the cup. Not like a picture of conservative women, just the words conservative women.
Big shout out to Yeti, you know, that company that makes the mugs and the coolers. They just did the funniest thing ever by refusing to fulfill an order made by the Center for Conservative Women. Because apparently, and this is the mug that they ordered, apparently the Center for Conservative Women get a customized Yeti mug made for their members every single year. But this year, when Yeti saw the request for the customization, which is to put the Center for Conservative Women on the front of the cup, they said not today. They said not under this administration. They said you're not gonna use our mugs for your propaganda. Absolutely not. And so now the Center for Conservative Women are so pissed. The conservative
players. So the women in a conservative nonprofit are currently pissed to the highest level of festivity with Yeti. They're upset to the highest level of upsetness because Yeti canceled their order for these cups. Now, Yeti said the reason why they canceled it is because they will no longer be personalizing their cups with any type of political ideology. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat.
Huge news coming out of the White House today. In response to the boycott of Yeti due to the company refusing to make custom mugs for a conservative women's group, Donald Trump is stepping into the battle. He is going to be blowing up a Yeti cooler on the front lawn of the White House. And then he is going to be doing a 2.5-hour infomercial for Stanley mugs and cups. Yes, you've heard it here first. He is going to be doing a full tilt infomercial for Stanley.
Hey my people, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you my lovelies are watching this from, you're doing alright and God has protected you and preserved you very well. I do appreciate all of you that keep supporting. Yes, my members, hello. Thank you so very much for supporting exclusively as well. We do have another FA and FO. Yes guys, this conservative group of palm-colored women after round, and now they are finding out because Yeti, yes, Yeti, you guys know that company that produces mugs and other products, they refused to produce the conservative women orders for their conference because why? They are associated to some political ideologies, which of course you know, MAGA. What else could it be? And these ladies are so pissed off. They're boycotting Yeti. They're like, you know, they're being discriminated. Oh my God. And Yeti is like, no, this is our policy. Yes, we produced an order for you before, but that's before we knew that you guys are associated with a certain whatever, right? So people have come out in here to react, and of course we are going to look at all the reactions from, of course, that blue side, and we have a few red sides as well that are, you know, we will look at them as well. We will definitely come back and talk about it. Do not forget to subscribe if you're landing on here for your very first time.
So I had to come in and share this story before I head out to start my day. Conservative white women are pissed off with Yeti this morning. Y'all know Yeti. Yeti that sells the cups, the mugs. Yeti. Yeti would be competition to the Stanley Cup. Y'all know Yeti. Yeti. Well, conservative white women are pissed off with Yeti because there was a group of women that was looking to place an order through Yeti, a customized order through Yeti, a white Christian, white woman conservative group. Hold on. This is the group right here. The Claire Booth Loose Lace Center for Conservative Women. And they are a repeat customer for Yeti. They ordered from Yeti for their conference last year, and Yeti processed the order. This is the cup that they order, the mug that they order. And they order these for the speakers, the presenters who are going to be speaking at their conference. And so this group of conservative women, they loved the product so much that they were going to place another order for this year's conference. Well, whoever got their hands on the order this year said, oh no, we can't process this order. This is against our policy and procedures. And so conservative women, they got all upset. You know, they immediately ran to making themselves the victim. Oh, you're discriminated against white women. You're discriminated against conservative women. You're discriminating against Republican women. You're discriminating against patriot women, whatever. They made themselves the victim. And so they sounded the white victim alarm, and all of the other conservative women came running over, ready to boycott and protest Yeti. They started reaching out to Yeti, and Yeti responded. Yeti responded and said, listen, we don't do custom orders for political groups, political venues, political conferences. That is not our policy. And if you got away with it last year, you need to celebrate, but you ain't getting away with it this year. Doing this type of custom work is against our policy. Has nothing to do with you being conservative. We would do the same for Democrats, Democratic women. It has nothing to do with you being white women and also being Republican. It has nothing to do with that. We don't do any type of political custom work. It is against our policy, point blank, period. And now they are appalled. They are appalled that they were refused service. They are appalled that their bullying tactics, their harassment tactics did not work. They will not fulfill the order. They are appalled. They are so appalled that their story has gone viral because they have got Yeti trending on all social media sites. And I'm over here kikiing because clearly they forgot. They forgot that they cheered this on. I know y'all remember this. This is Lori Smith, and she is the owner of this 303 Creative LLC. She supposedly, allegedly builds websites. And a couple of years ago, she had a case that went all the way to the Supreme Court because she wanted to refuse her services to a gay couple. A gay couple wanted to build their wedding website, right? They reached out to her to build the website. She wanted to refuse them service because they were a gay couple. Her case went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court sided with her under the First Amendment. It was her right to refuse the gay couple service on the grounds of them being gay. And white conservative women cheered that on. They cheered that ruling all over social media. They were standing outside of the Supreme Court cheering, having a ball at that ruling. And now they feel discriminated against because Yeti is refusing them customized service. Too dumb to realize that it was one of their own that opened up this door. Child, what y'all doing today? I'm headed out to get my nails done. And then I got a few things I need to pick up for new recipes that I'm trying next week. When you dig one ditch, you better dig two, because one of those ditches just may be for you.
So did you hear what this brand did? Because This is going in the trash. Yeah, much better one. Not to mention spill proof. Back to the story. So, Yeti decided to cancel an order because it had conservative women on the cup. Not like a picture of conservative women, just the words conservative women. But it gets even better because Yeti filled the same order for the same people last year. But now they're saying that their company policy is just, we don't do any kind of political things. But then they partner with companies like the Venture Out Project and Skate Like a Girl and She Jumps, which are all LGBTQ nonprofits that all use Act Blue for their donation funding. Remind me again, Act Blue is which side of the aisle? I'm telling you, so much better of a cup than any Yeti I ever had. So Yeti, you have made it abundantly clear that you do not want conservatives' money, and that is fine because we can definitely oblige you on that. And then to the liberals that are probably going to throw a fit because the conservatives are protesting Yeti. We're not really protesting it. We're just not going to buy their shit anymore, pretty much. But you know what we're definitely not doing? We're not shitting in them. This was fun. Have a day.
MAGA women have their panties in a wad over Yeti and are asking for people to boycott. Why? Well, because they didn't get their way with a private company. They wanted tumblers printed with Conservative Women's Conference on them, and the company refused. Now, they didn't refuse because they support the left. They refused because they do not want their name out there associated with either political party. So they would refuse anything from the left as well. But it doesn't matter. They're mad and they didn't get their way, and so they are calling for a boycott now. These are the same people who said the left are crybabies and over-emotional for our boycott of Tesla and Elon Musk. We are boycotting a literal Nazi, a man who is actively destroying this country, who has cost hundreds of thousands of people their jobs, their livelihood, and is going to be the direct cause of some people's death. You're wanting to boycott a company because you didn't get your way. We are not the same.
Big shout out to Yeti, you know, that company that makes the mugs and the coolers. They just did the funniest thing ever by refusing to fulfill an order made by the Center for Conservative Women. Because apparently, and this is the mug that they ordered, apparently the Center for Conservative Women get a customized Yeti mug made for their members every single year. But this year, when Yeti saw the request for the customization, which is to put the Center for Conservative Women on the front of the cup, they said not today. They said not under this administration. They said, you're not gonna use our mugs for your propaganda. Absolutely not. And so now the Center for Conservative Women are so pissed. The conservatives are pissed the fuck off because they don't understand why a company like Yeti would say no to a $1,600 order. Why would they do that? It's because y'all are fucking up the country. And more businesses need to start doing this. Refuse service. This is capitalism. Refuse service to these people that are supporting the continued destruction of our country. So what I'm doing first thing tomorrow morning is I'm going to go buy a Yeti cup, mug, whatever the fuck, because we have to support companies and brands that support us, and more companies need to be doing this, so we need to support the companies that are doing this.
Well, here you have it. Yeti is being canceled. Why? Because they didn't want to make this order for this conservative women's group. You know what's weird is I'm looking through the comments of the post and I see this comment. Okay, Yeti, as if your entire marketing isn't geared towards conservative identities, hunting, fishing, America, etc., etc. Yes, exactly, which is why it was so surprising. Clutching pearls. What's funny about this is Yeti has made it very clear that they actually support LGBTQ and trans rights. They have put their money where their mouth is. And this marketing geared towards conservatives is actually just marketing geared towards outdoor life, which all of us like things about outdoor life, not just conservatives. Yeti does make American gear. Absolutely. They make cups with American flags and sayings and whatnot on it. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Conservatives don't own the American flag. You see, it's ours too. It's for all of us because we're all Americans. Do you get that? As an American, I'm going to go ahead and support companies that I believe are doing good for Americans. And I'm going to go make a purchase from Yeti. For those of you who are veterans and don't know that Yeti has a discount program for veterans, they do. Because they really like veterans too. Yeah.
Hey players, so the women in a conservative nonprofit are currently pissed to the highest level of festivity with Yeti. They're upset to the highest level of upsetness because Yeti canceled their order for these cups. Now, Yeti said the reason why they canceled it is because they will no longer be personalizing their cups with any type of political ideology. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat. Let's get into it. So according to reporting, the Claire Booth Luce Center for Conservative Women in Northern Virginia placed an order with Yeti for $1,608 worth of the tumblers with the Conservative Women logo on them last week. Now, they didn't think that they were going to have any problems because Yeti had previously filled an order for the center worth $3,797 in May of 2024 with the same exact logo customization. According to one of the women that spoke out to 4 News, the order was abruptly canceled by Yeti. So according to a follow-up email by Yeti, honey, they canceled the order because it violates their terms and conditions. Yeti said in the email that they value respect, tolerance, and open dialogue, and they serve a diverse and varied consumer base. However, Yeti has the sole discretion to reject any order that we deem inappropriate for production. Starting with our first customization Ramblers in 2015, we've used our best efforts to avoid creating custom products with political affiliation or associations. Because the process we use to identify political affiliations and associations involves human judgment, we may inadvertently accept an order and market a Yeti product with a candidate's name or a campaign slogan simply because we weren't familiar with it when the order was placed. So in other words, Yeti is saying, look, we fulfilled that order last year because we didn't know that conservative women was a political affiliation at the time. Well, now we know, so we're refusing to fill that order. Well, baby, the women of the Claire Booth are pissed to the highest level of festivity, and they are demanding that Yeti be canceled. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. I'm going to go ahead and keep it a stack with you. I don't feel sorry for them. All right, players, put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about the conservative women trying to cancel Yeti because they refuse to fill their order because they themselves align the word conservative with politics. So, hey, it is what it is. All right, players, put your thoughts in the comments. This is the
What is this? What is this that we have going on here? Yeti getting heat for canceling nonprofits orders, which were Conservative Women of America or something like that. You know, I'm all for businesses doing whatever it is that they feel like they need to do in order to satisfy their customer base. And, you know, whether right, wrong, or indifferent, you're never going to please everybody. But I think maybe we should take a playbook out of the unhinged left and let's start walking around and let's start keying everybody's Yetis. What if we did that? Start walking around, somebody sets their Yeti down and we can grab our keys and just put a little X through it. Is that how this is supposed to work? I'm still trying to learn how to be outraged over stupid shit. So is that what we're supposed to do now? Is, you know, go and start keying Yetis? Honestly, don't give a shit. I love my Yeti. I'm as conservative as they come. I'm gonna still keep buying Yetis. Just, you know, they made their decision. They made their choice. A lot of people are gonna say, go woke, go broke. Whatever. You know, but as a conservative, you know, I like the product. I'm gonna keep using it. And I'm gonna keep buying them.
So the conservatives are crying again and screaming that they're being discriminated against, specifically the conservative women. And yeah, it's laughable. So earlier today, I got a video that was shared with me specifically surrounding the company Yeti. So I went and I did my due diligence and I did some research to make sure that what was being said in the video was true. And it turns out it is. About 3 or 4 days ago, it hit the news cycle. And essentially what it is there's a conservative women's group that decided to restock their Yeti tumblers. And Yeti came back and said, we're not doing this anymore. We are not doing anything that is political in nature. And because they had the word conservative in part of their logo, they said no. And Yeti offered them a different type of logo. So now the conservative women's group is screaming discrimination. Honey boo boo child, you don't know the meaning of discrimination. But that's besides the point. I always find it funny that the minute conservatives are told that they can't do something, they start yelling and screaming about discrimination. But, they can't get a cup with their logo on it, equates to the fact that, I go certain places and I have to have my head on a swivel, or I have to have a body cam on to protect myself. But, they're being discriminated against. So, I don't have a Yeti yet. But this is the second time that Yeti has come under fire from the conservative groups, because I want to remind you that back in 2018, they refused to work with the NRA. So, I like companies that have decided to get out of the game. So, I think I'm going to make my way down and get a Yeti. Let's see what kind of colors they have.
So people who hate cancel culture is trying to cancel Yeti? Yeah, I got mine, no problem. See, Yeti doesn't want to print political cups, and they have the right to do that or not do that. So while I'm drinking my hot coffee every morning, I'll be laughing at you, just at the sheer hypocrisy of it. Yeah. Have fun with that, MAGA.
Again, Act Blue is which side of the aisle?
Oh, I can answer that. We are on the right side of history, left side of the aisle. And the reason Yeti did it last year, but not this year, is because last year you weren't schnazzies and this year you are. So you need to make yourself a U-turn really quickly because the blue will devour you.
Huge news coming out of the White House today. In response to the boycott of Yeti due to the company refusing to make custom mugs for a conservative women's group, Donald Trump is stepping into the battle. He is going to be blowing up a Yeti cooler on the front lawn of the White House. And then he is going to be doing a 2.5-hour infomercial for Stanley mugs and cups. Yes, you've heard it here first. He is going to be doing a full tilt infomercial for Stanley. So get ready to get your I Love Stanler cups. Well, actually, that's a Stanley tumbler. But get your Stanler cups because Donald Trump is going to be pitching that sometime today in response to the Yeti boycott. He never liked Yeti. Yeti was always just a nasty brand, always made your drink sweat, just never fit in a cup holder. But Stanley, oh, those are great. Those are awesome. That's what conservatives and Republicans need to be buying now, were those Stanley cups, not those horrible, failing Yetis. So expect to see that infomercial. They'll rerun it at 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. If you missed it, they will be running that on multiple networks. So look out for the Stanley commercial from your president, Donald Trump, so that you can take down Yeti.
I think we keep seeing a lot of videos of palm-colored women that get upset, big mad, when things don't go their way. Because currently and clearly from the explanation of, the company, it would have made sense. But they had to take it further to boycott Yeti because, how dare you not? Kevin, and Ben, who do you think you were, right? Do you know who we are? You're supposed to be serving us. You can fail to serve everybody else, but you make an exception for us. Bend your policies for us. The entitlement and how, they are self-centered. They feel bad whenever they are, not centered. Whenever they are not the center of attention, whenever they are not the target. That's why lots of them are badly upset because Black people want to even get away from them. Why would you be upset? You don't like Black people anyway, right? Then why would you be upset when they say, give us our space? I thought it would just make you happy. And it's the same thing even over here, right? People are saying, we are not going to serve your purposes because that's against us. I mean, we have rules too, right? And they are literally throwing tantrums. You have seen quite a number of them, of course, throwing the cups. And who loses? And of course, you have seen some of them saying, we should also go ahead and maybe, break the cups and all of that so that we match the blue energy of them, damaging Teslas, right? Now, as much as I do not support any violence against Teslas and people's properties, right? And the boycotts, I feel like the boycotts are actually right? But these people don't get it, do they? They actually don't get it. They don't see a problem with someone being put in office when he's not an elected official and is making such big decisions that are affecting the American people. Vets are losing their jobs, black and white, right? It's not just one. A lot of people are about to lose their lives because their, medical care is taken away. Lots of people that live in low-income neighborhoods that cannot be able to provide for themselves really well, food stamps are taken away. Social security, they don't get it. They equal them being denied to receive this because of course of the company policies as equal to what Elon and Trump is doing. So many families broken up, so many people being deported, legal citizenship being taken away, people that are dying in, detention centers. That's why people say MAGAs and conservatives with empathy, they are like this. Like, how would you equal this to discrimination when it's clearly the policy, right? People from the blue side, and by the way, mind you, I think, again, when I say these people don't get it, like, it's not only America, right? Canada is boycotting. UK, Europe, like, in general. Tesla, like, is plummeting whatever the sales are down. This man is not just crying because the Americans are doing this. People are boycotting Ayasi. And again, for these people, it always has to go their way. And guess what is happening, guys? Yeah, when people boycotted Tesla, yes, definitely their man, Trump, came out and is like, anybody that boycotts Tesla is a terrorist. Oh my gosh, crazy, right? But it is okay for these people to boycott a company, right, that clearly states we don't produce anything that is affiliated to any political ideology or party or anything. No, we don't do that. And that's not terrorist, right? That's not terrorist of them, right? And then this man also comes out to do exactly what he did when people decided to boycott Tesla. To come and, make a commercial for Tesla, right? And he's exactly going to be doing the same thing. And the people from Blue Side are saying, you know what? It's okay. Yeti, we are coming to buy. We know that we probably will not even need this, but now that you're actually doing this to the red side, to the conservative side, we are coming to support you. And I want you guys to let me know, because to me, it really doesn't make sense. I feel like if people let you know that, hey, we cannot serve you, it's your money, take it somewhere where it will be appreciated, isn't it? Like, why do you take it personal when they be like, we are not serving you, because you are white, because this is not racial, this is not because you're women, this is not because, no, this is political affiliated reasons, purposes. And I think it can easily be gotten. Anywho, maybe I get it. I want you guys to put your thoughts in the comment section. And what do you think about all of this drama and, this throwing of tantrums and, the current tears and drama and all of this? Just put your thoughts in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Yes, I will highly appreciate that. I think for me, That's it for today. Until then, my name is Gracie and I'll see you in another amazing video. Bye.